Judgment on the freebies begins. Petitioner says such promises have large impact on economy of state and that it is made without assessing financial implications to attract vote banks. The Chief Justice is reading the judgment. We considered the issue from various angles. Chief Justice of India, Ramana, says, in true democracy, power lies in the hands of the electorate and they decide which party or politician comes to power. So he's reading out the judgment, and let me go across to my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar to find out what more he noted. And for more on that judgment, we know that this is a landmark judgment definitely, because freebies has been a big point of contention. It's been a public debate as well. The judgment now being pronounced by the Supreme Court. The petitioner has said that such promises. Okay, we're joined by my colleague Marya, shakil, our political editor. Very good morning to you, Marya. Now that judgment coming in on freebies, can you bring us the details of that judgment, please?
Yes. So the Chief Justice of India, Justice Ramana, is actually reading the judgment, and he says that the petitioners have spoken about how these freebies have an impact on the economy of a state, and that it is made without assessing financial implications to attract vote banks. He says that the Supreme Court examined various aspects of it. Remember, various political parties, including DMK, YSRCP, and others, had submitted affidavits expressing their views as to what they think in the context of freebies, because a number of southern states actually are involved in giving maximum number of freebies, which has been seen as impacting the state's economy. Now what CJI Ramana says is that he has also advised the government of India to hold an all-party meeting with regards to the issue, and he says that there is a need for an expert body or expert committee to deliberate on this issue. He goes on to say that in democracy, power lies in the hands of the electorate. They decide which party or politician comes to power. So the real power is in the people's hand. And then CJI Ramana, because today, of course, is his last day also, let's not forget that, he goes on to say in his judgment that let the Subramania Balaji's judgment be placed before a 3-judge bench, subject to orders from the Chief Justice of India. So the Chief Justice of India essentially highlighting that there is a need to form an expert body which will have various stakeholders which will be deliberating on this issue, because this is about freebie versus welfareism. Several economists, politicians, several state governments have all expressed their views as to what really is a freebie and what really comes in the category of welfareism. So what is being seen largely is that one government's welfareism becomes another party's freebie, and hence should it be seen from that prism, what should be the defining parameter and defining a barometer as far as a freebie is concerned. So now the Chief Justice going ahead and saying that there should be a committee that should be formed to deliberate on it, and that the government of India should call an all-party meeting and ensure that various political parties are on board when discussion of this nature takes place. Remember, as far as the Election Commission is concerned, they have made it clear that it is for the political parties to decide. The Supreme Court had also said that the Election Commission, various stakeholders in terms of the state governments, and also various other such bodies, including Finance Commission and others, should be part of a larger body which should be formed by the government to deliberate on it. What will be the contours of this committee that the Chief Justice is highlighting, whether it will be a judicial bench, or will it be a committee of experts which will have Finance Commission members, and the government has sent its own recommendations as to who they think, but what about various other political parties? Will they come on board for a decision of this, for deliberating on this? Because the DMK and others have taken a clear stand in which they have said that they have managed their economy very well, and if they see certain, if they give certain benefits to the people, they see this as more of welfareism rather than a freebie. Some more details that are coming in, and I think this is a big breaking news. Supreme Court has advised for the formation of an expert body to study issue of freebie. In fact, the bench headed by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana has now transferred this matter to another 3-judge bench, and this is owing to the complexity of the case, and there is need to reconsider the Balaji judgment. So we'll try and get more details of the Balaji judgment But now an expert committee has been advised to be formed on the issue of a freebie, and no clear judgment in terms of which direction it will be going has been taken. So Chief Justice N.V. Ramana on his last day has decided to transfer this to a 3-judge bench to further deliberate on it. What will be the nature of the committee? Who all will be part of this committee? Whether there will be members of the Election Commission, whether there will be members of the Finance Commission, top officials of the Government of India. All that has been left to the 3-judge bench, which will be now taking this matter up later.
Marya, also the fact is that there should be a deadline when it comes to these deliberations and, when it comes to a decision being reached by be it a body or that 3-member bench, because already the campaigning for elections have begun. Elections are swiftly approaching and there are promises already being made.
Well, Shilpa, what happens is that various political parties, which they submitted their affidavit, they kept on saying that it cannot be seen purely from the prism of elections, that a number of promises are made before elections, yes, but when the party doesn't come to power, it is also an indication that the people of that particular state or have rejected those promises, and they have seen through those promises because they understand how the state doesn't really have the required revenue to fulfill those promises. Having said that, one aspect which has been repeatedly highlighted is that if benefits are given to farmers in terms of free electricity, does it really, form in the space of freebie or welfareism? But do all farmers then need free electricity? There are several well-to-do farmers or high-income group farmers. Do they really need this? Should it be just limited to farmers who fall in the category of small and medium category farmers? So all that has been a subject of discussion. Even, for example, the Aam Aadmi Party providing, free transport service to all women. Do all women really need that kind of transport service? Or do women in the category of, below poverty line or who have the lowest income should be provided these freebies? That's what I think. The larger discussion and deliberation, that why should freebie or benefit of the state, shouldn't it be made on the basis of an assessment of the kind of people or the category of people based on their financial income who need this kind of freebie? Not everybody should be given the dose of the state, and that's what has been the point of contention, which the Prime Minister famously said as revdi, that why should there be revdis that has to be distributed? People have to be made self-sufficient in order to ensure that they are able to meet their, livelihood, and also to ensure that they can stand up on their own feet. So the government's primary responsibility should be about ensuring that there are issues of livelihood that are solved, rather than providing, free color television sets and other such freebies, which often happens in states such as Uttar Pradesh, down south in Tamil Nadu and others.
Well, yes, indeed, Marya, those nuances are very important when it comes to judgments like these and, needs to be taken case to case. Thank you very much. Also, do stay with us.